Hey guys, Tomye West here, your host from Loud Media. And guess what? It's competition time.
Are you a drummer? Do you want to be a drummer? Or do you just like shiny things that are cool and loud?
If so, then this competition's for you. All you have to do is do one simple thing.
Head over to our YouTube if you're already here. Good. Hit the subscribe button. We want to get up to 100 people.
Once we hit 100 subscribers, one lucky person, one subscriber, one only, will get a chance of winning a Soultone Cymbal custom brilliant Tomye West Escobar series splash. Now, I'm going to bring up some footage of what they look like right now. Ooh, they're pretty, aren't they? They're pretty, aren't they, Alan?
They sure are, Tom. They're shinier than my dad's bald head. If he was bald. He's not. Anyway, once we hit that 100 subscribers, we're going to be picking one very lucky person to win this cymbal.
That's right. You could be a winner. So subscribe now.
This isn't the best idea ever.
When Time magazine called 3D the future of movies.
3, 2, 1.
We doubt this is what they had in mind.
You're taking it to a whole other level.
Yeah.
Look pretty happy about it.
Me and the boys are about to do a little duck hunting. Whoa!
Santa did have a couple last night, so this ain't gonna feel too good.
How much? How you been? High five!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Loud, a pop culture podcast special event series called Ranked and Reviewed. I am your host, Tomye West, with my co-host, as always, Alanis Maximus. And we are here today continuing our Jackass in review, our Ranked and Reviewed series. And today we're talking about Jackass 3D, the third movie in the Jackass franchise. And yeah, it's good to be back reviewing again. How you been, Alan?
Yeah, I've been good. No complaints, which is good.
That's always good, man. Tell you, we're going to do something a little different today. I've got a story for everyone. All right, I caught a cab for the first time in a very long time the other day. And the cab driver I had, nice Indian fella, did something that I don't know if anyone else has ever had a cab driver do, which is narrate every decision and everything he does behind the wheel. So I'm going to give you an example. We got to the main street and he was like, look left, look right, look left, look right. It's okay to move. And then he was like, we go straight, we go left in 1.5 Ks. And then he was like, head check, head check, head check. Yep, head check, all good. Yeah, it was just the most weird experience I've ever had, having someone narrate their driving to me, and in such detail too, man. Like, it just, the whole drive, man. I don't know if it was like a nervous twitch or something, or like I don't know, man. But it was a good time, man. And then to continue the story just a little bit more, I said, how was your day and stuff? And he said, good, but I picked up this big fat motherfucker with a beard who started abusing me and left me with not enough money for the fare. And then I said, oh, that's no good. And he goes, yeah, but as I said, he was a big fat motherfucker, and just kept repeating it, man. It was highly inappropriate, but whatever. I know, I just thought it was interesting, and I had to tell somebody about it, man, because it's unlike any other experience. Anyway,
That is interesting.
so as we said, we're here to review Jackass 3D. We've got our favorite clips to bring up for you. We're going to talk some trivia. We're going to talk our thoughts on the movie, and we're going to bring up our official rank so far as we lead up to the final installment of our Jackass in Review series happening this motherfucking Thursday, where we are reviewing the new movie in the series, Jackass Forever, which releases on the same day as our review dropping. Alan's taking a day off work, and I'm already off work, baby. So we're going to see it super early. And we're going to get that review up for you and try and be one of the first, or, you know, the first 1,000 up on YouTube. So, yeah, how are you feeling about the new one coming out and everything, Alan?
I'm excited. I'm excited to see where it goes as well, because from what I've heard, so I've follow, I think Marty and Michael, they're called, like some pranksters from Queensland. They went to the sneak peek, like premiere, and without giving anything away themselves, they said it was really good. So I mean, if they're saying that, I've got high hopes.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I'm trying to just steer clear of sort of any more footage from it. Like, I don't want to see any more trailers. I don't want to see any more clips. I'm watching a couple of interviews about it and stuff, but they're pretty good with like keeping a lid on everything and kind of just sticking to what they're allowed to talk about. So I haven't heard much more than I already kind of knew. So I'm really excited about it too, man. It's been 10 years since Jackass movie, basically. So 10 years too long, but about time. And
Yeah, definitely.
as this is the final movie that features Ryan Dunn, I would like to dedicate this episode to the memory of Ryan Dunn as well.
Absolutely.
He is heavily missed, especially by Jackass fans, including myself. He was always one of my favorites, and whenever you see him on Jackass the movie, or Jackass 3 or whatever, you don't think too much about it, but you're always sort of in the back of your mind, you're like, oh, he's not around anymore, and that's kind of sad, So, but hopefully this movie can honor him in some way, and I'm sure it does. We'll see, I guess. I have a feeling there'll be a sort of a memory thing of him somewhere in it, maybe at the end. Anyways, we'll get started with our first impressions. What did you think of the movie, Alan, and how do you compare it to the previous entries that we watched?
I enjoyed it, but I'll put it below 2 and above 1.
Yep.
I think.
Okay. So I am going to put number 2 at 1. I'm going to put Jackass 3D at number 2 and Jackass the movie at number 3. So we've done on basically what happened with the Scream thing so far, which is just a little switcheroo,
Yeah.
So it'd be whack if you were like, oh, my favorite was Jackass the movie, and then like you just ranked them all wrong completely. Yeah, was there anything in the movie that stuck out to you that you didn't like, or was there anything that you thought could have been better? Or
It's still beating the dead horse of the old people thing, and it was less amusing than the last movie. That's the main bugbear I have with it. It's like a joke, yeah, funny. 2 jokes, funny. But every movie, and the fact is, I haven't actually seen Bad Grandpa because I don't want to watch a movie of that. It's not.
I have seen it. I have seen it, and while it is, as I said, I don't like the old people thing. It's really annoying. But I actually didn't mind Bad Grandpa because there was a sort of a new aspect to it that they brought with having the kid. That it has a plot. It has like, he's meant to be taking him to his dad's house or something in Florida, so they go on a road trip or some shit. I think I can't remember exactly where to. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but the stuff that the kid did with the grandpa, like with Johnny Knoxville was some really funny stuff. Like he enters him into like a beauty pageant contest and dresses him as a girl and shit like that. So there's some funny things in it, man. But yeah, I agree with you totally about the old person thing. You know what I really like about this movie too, though, is the awesome opening to it.
Yes.
I love the slow motion footage. Now, look, a lot of you may not have seen this at the movies. A lot of you may have not owned a 3D television. I saw it at the movies, and I owned a 3D television, and I had a 3D copy of Jackass 3D. And while watching it now without 3D doesn't really necessarily take away much from the movie, it is still a far better experience seeing the movie in 3D as it was shot to kind of take advantage of the 3D. Whereas it wasn't like other 3D movie releases where it's like nothing is filmed with a 3D camera. It's all post-production work to make it have depth and stuff. And it wasn't like a movie that felt it didn't utilize it properly. I felt like this was a standout example of making a movie based around the 3D tech and making it work really well for them. Like there's nothing quite like sitting in a cinema watching a giant screen and having a fucking dildo fly past your face like it's literally in the room. So if you do have a 3D television and you are like, well, how have you got a copy of Jackass 3D on a 3D television? Because they never released a copy of Jackass 3D. Pirate! I'm a pirate, man! And they managed to have a great quality copy of Jackass 3D up. So if you have the 3D TV still, which I don't, but I do wish I still had one. It broke. Piece of shit. Kogan. I highly recommend you grab it if you can. I think it's about 10 gig, which is huge, but that's what 3D files are. So, did you see this at the movies in 3D, Alan? And if you didn't see it in 3D, did you notice the elements where you're like, oh, this is clearly made for 3D?
Yeah. I saw it at the cinemas in 3D, and I think I might have owned it at a point because I used to have a 3D TV. But same as you, it eventually died, and I don't think they make them anymore. Outside of projectors.
I've had two 3D televisions. I got an LG when they were brand new from Harvey Norman. So like the first year of them being released, I got it. It was awesome. And it was like I was like, this TV is massive, and it was 42 inches, which is fucking peanuts now. And then that died, so I got 55-inch Kogan 3D TV, and it was actually really nice TV. And it still works, but what happens is you turn it on and the Kogan logo comes up, and then the operating system that the smart TV runs on is fucked. So it just doesn't load anything. So I plan on buying a 3D TV again, though, because my son wants a TV in his room. And I said, if I'm going to buy another TV, I'm going to buy a 3D one because I have so many 3D movies. It's ridiculous, and I have no use for them anymore. So it'd be nice to just kind of have one as a spare, I guess. But yeah, like I'm going to bring out one of my favorite clips from it before we get into some trivia. And I'm also going to bring up a few of Alan's later too. So we'll begin with my first favorite clip. This is the first video I went to download because it's just fantastic. You might have seen it, a little sneak peek of it when we were watching a trailer just before. So I'm going to bring that in and we'll check that out.
My name is Johnny Knoxville, and this is the High Five.
So, yeah, that would be one of my favorite moments of the movie. That impact that Bam takes and the angle that they get it on where you can just see him fucking completely get swept out from underneath him is just, yeah, like I thought it was a great prank to begin with, but when that part happened in the cinema, man, I lost it. Yeah. What did you think of that clip anyway?
I liked it. I actually forgot about, I think it was in Antiquing where it was originally from. I think maybe the series.
So, okay, why it started it? CKY started it, and then they
Yeah.
did it a couple of times in the Jackass series as well.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about it until they had that in, and it's like, hey, yeah.
It's
Because even the
great
way he
part.
falls there is just great. He's just
It's a great part, man. It's a great bit. So we'll get into a bit of trivia quickly. First one for you. Johnny Knoxville had one of his teeth knocked out by a flying dildo.
What?
So that's an interesting way to have your teeth knocked out, man.
Yep.
This is the first Jackass film to not be endorsed by the Miller Brewing Company. The cast and crew refused to have alcohol on set to support Steve-O in his rehab process, which is awesome. I'm sure they had the people that were upset about having no drinking on the set managed to have a lot of other things on the set, though. So
Yes.
this is obviously what we just said before, the final Jackass appearance for Ryan Dunn before his premature death in a car crash. Dunn was killed 8 months after the film's release. Now, I want to ask you a question about that. Where were you when you heard about it? Because can you remember? And what did you feel when you heard it?
I'm pretty sure I was at home, and I just the old scrolled past it on social media. I was just like, "Fuck!" Like it's something you don't expect. Like he would have been in his 30s. So
Yep.
Still heaps of life in him, and just one of those things you're like, it's going to take a minute, and you're kind of shocked. And
Yeah.
yeah,
I can tell you where I was. I was sitting in my bedroom playing online Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2. Oh, no, it wouldn't have been Modern Warfare 2. This is like later. So it would have been probably Modern Warfare 3, I'd say, era. Sitting playing with my Call of Duty team at the time, chatting, laughing, talking. And I was scrolling. I saw it on the internet. And I've never really understood the whole crying when a celebrity dies from people and stuff until that moment where that was the first celebrity death that ever affected me. And I think it's because I absolutely idolized these guys growing up, watching their movies and stuff. And yeah, I remember being so upset about it that like I said to my team, oh, I'm going to jump off for a bit, guys. I'll catch you later. You know what I mean? Like I just was completely bummed. It was very sad. And it's kind of lucky that it hasn't happened to any of the other crew, considering Steve-O's track history with his drug use. And I mean, Steve-O was doing fucking insane shit like PCP, and it was crazy, man. So yeah, super sad, but you know what? His legacy will live on forever, and we've always got those moments to laugh at that he was a part of. So
definitely.
Here is a kind of bit of trivia to continue from on last week's topic. One of the trivia topics was this is the Lamborghini tooth pull sequence was originally shot for Jackass #2 with Vincent Margera getting his tooth pulled. A shot of it was featured in the original trailer, but was pulled from the final release due to Margera's 2006 sexual assault arrest. This time around, it was Aaron McGehee getting his teeth pulled. And one more bit of trivia before we'll bring into another clip. The intro to the movie was supposed to feature all the stars being hit in the head while being filmed with a super slow-mo camera, but Ben Margera could not participate after a woman assaulted him in the back of the head with a bat, which caused internal bleeding. In the final intro, Margera is dressed as a cupcake who gets hit on his body in slow motion and later using a paintball gun. I didn't know that, actually. And in that intro, I reckon Ryan Dunn gets it the hardest, bro. Like, fucking, like, what is it? He gets kicked, like, fly kicked to the side of the head, doesn't he?
Yeah, it does.
I reckon him and Steve-O jumping into the fan, they're like the best intro parts in that.
Yeah.
Oh, and another thing I forgot. Do you remember when you saw it at the movies, having Beavis and Butthead introduced to you?
I do remember that. Because when I watched it, I'm like, I forgot about it, but when I saw it, I'm like, hey, I remember this. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I totally didn't even think about it. And I was like, wait a second. Because I still have the 3D file movie on my computer. I checked it. I was like, oh yeah, it starts off with Beavis and Butthead introducing it. And I think that was obviously taken out for the home release because it's kind of all about the 3D aspect to the movie.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. If we can find that intro, I might actually try and quickly look for it and bring it up just so that people get an idea. Jackass 3D Beavis and Butthead. Oh. Yeah, I found it. We'll bring it up. Just so everyone can see what we're kind of talking about here. All right. I got fucking people annoying me on fucking Facebook, man. Like always. Fuck off, man. I'm busy right now, you know.
The really great part is with Google Ads, your ads can reach people who are looking.
Yeah, it certainly does reach people. People who don't fucking want to hear your ads, man. All right. So here it is here for all y'all.
Good evening. I'm Butthead. The movie you're about to see will be presented using special 3D technology. You will see the jackasses like no human being has ever seen them before. In 3 dimensions. In order to experience this new dimension, you must put on the special glasses that you were given in the lobby. Yeah. That's gonna be cool. Doesn't really look any different, Butthead. Whoa. Hey, Beavis. Look at my hand. It's in 3D. Oh, really? I don't really see it. Whoa! Whoa, that's amazing! It felt like you really hit me. It's almost like your hand really... Ow! Well, it's amazing technology. Hey, wait a second. So sit back and enjoy the movie. That was definitely 2D. Dumbass.
So yeah, I just thought that was cool to bring up because I thought it was a very funny way. Oh, what the fuck? So it was a very funny way to start the intro. Having Mike Judge come along and do that.
Yeah, I reckon.
I'm going to bring up one of your favorite clips from the movie, Alan.
Yes.
This is Alan gave me his top three clips. So I mean, there probably is no. We're not going to rank and review our clips. So I'm just going to say it's in his top 3. It's up to you guys to work out if it's number 1, 2, or 3 or not. I guess. Here is one of Alan's top 3 moments from the movie.
It's time to find out if music calms the wild beast.
I'm Ryan Dunn, and this is the Ram Jam. Soothing?
Oh, boy. He's already looking at me. Just go over there and plug it in here, buddy. Oh, well, this is...
Hurry up, he's looking at me. He doesn't like what he sees.
He's like, are these guys stupid?
He doesn't like what he sees, though.
Hey, little baby. Oh, that was good.
Play some music!
Oh,
Play some music! Maybe we used the wrong instruments. So you think music calmed the wild beast?
Not at all, man.
I don't think so either.
That is a great clip, man. What I love about that clip is just how Ryan it doesn't even care about Steve-O until the last moment. Ryan just fucked up, man.
He's chosen his target.
And I love how Steve-O takes so fucking long to get over the fence, man. He gets caught on it and shit. It's so funny. It's a great moment. I mean, would this movie have any of would this movie? Okay, so let's forget the ranking of the movies and just say, out of all the 3 movies so far, does this movie feature your favorite clip from Jackass ever, or would that go to another winner?
Probably. I reckon my favorite would probably be in the second movie, out of the 3 movies so far.
Which one was that again?
I reckon probably my favorite from that movie was, even though it's simple, I just really like it. The rocket. It's probably it's just not an extravagant thing, but I just enjoy that.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping, because I know one of your favorite parts from the last one because we played it. I was kind of hoping you'd say the one I was hoping you'd say, because I've got a good segue to go into the next clip. But it's all good, baby. We're just going to go. So I'll bring in the next clip. I'm sure you liked this, though, considering you liked the previous one, I guess. So we're going to bring in another clip, and that is for you guys to watch now.
There's 50,000 beasts.
Did you just make that up, please?
I
don't think I made it up. So what? There's 50,000 per hive. 50,000 and it takes 100 to kill a man?
I think it's about 100 beats can kill you, if I'm not mistaken.
What are we doing here?
Making a hit movie.
Go for 99 and then take off. Oh, that's got to piss him off too, right? Just being poured in there? Maybe. Oh, just a little bit.
I'm starting to think that maybe this wasn't that good idea. It seemed good on paper.
Look at this. This is going to be gnarly now, man. I'm getting hit. Yeah. Come on, man. Right? Oh! Oh! Come here. Go on, do it! Oh! Do it!
Got a butt ton of bees! My 3 sexy players! This is Beehive Tetherball! Game on! Ah! Game on! Ah! Ah!
Oh, dude, it hurts. Oh, fuck. Please put me somewhere where there's no bees.
It's a carbon dioxide. No, your body heated up, so they targeted you so really good, man.
Oh, so fucking hurt.
You were running around, carbon dioxide.
God, I gotta get rid of this
thing is that Dave doesn't understand is that the more you freak out, the more you get stung.
Oh, man, it's a great bit. That was a great bit. What do you think about that bit?
Oh, I like it. Yeah.
I just remember you said you loved the Beehive limo, so I was kind of trying to predict the future. And guess what? Obviously, I can't predict the future.
Yeah.
I just found out, guys. I don't have any superpowers. All right, so we'll move on to a bit more trivia. This is officially the highest grossing Jackass movie so far. The film proved to be a real test for Steve-O in particular, as this was the first Jackass movie he had made while sober. He had been clean for 2 years at the time of filming. Bam Margera drank upwards of 13 large glasses of water to prepare for his penis cam urinating scenes. Was there anyone in the movie that you thought kind of could have brought more game to the film, or was there anyone you thought brought too much game?
I think it was good seeing some more of the kind of more like Loomis Fall and that be a bit more in the foreground because you don't see a whole bunch of them in the last movies.
Please check your email.
Sorry about that.
I'm just reminding you, man. I'm just reminding you, please check your email.
Pontius, I think this is my favorite movie for his parts. Like, it actually has one of my favorite scenes as well, which I think I mentioned. It's in the top 3.
Was this the movie that features a line from Pontius? Well, that was nuts. Too nuts. Well, not too nuts, but it was a little nuts.
I believe so, yes.
Great bit. And, oh, dude, I wish I brought this clip up because it is one of my favorites. I think, it's the third movie where he's doing the mouse in the snake tank.
That's the second movie.
Fuck, man. These movies all blend together, bro. Because we've been watching them in successions, I'm like, because they're all the same fucking format, it's not like I'm like, who killed who? You know what I mean? Like, in this one, like, our last one, Scream, like, it's pretty easy to separate those fucking movies because not only are they completely different, but they all suffer in quality in different ways. You know what I mean? Whereas I kind of feel like all the Jackass movies are high quality. I'll take that back. The first movie, bit shit. Like, I'm going to say it straight up. It was great at the time it came out. But they've just upped themselves too much now. And watching Jackass #1 is kind of like watching a circus. Watching the ballet, but the ballet with the bear in the car.
Yeah.
Simpsons joke if you want. No, not keeping up. And yeah, it was anyone then that you thought was in it a little bit too much or took a bit much of the spotlight. I mean, most of them that take the spotlight up in the movies are pretty much the same people, but I do feel like this movie has some sort of exceptions to the rule where there's a lot more done by certain members that aren't in as much in the last two. Did you notice anyone in it more this time than previous?
Noticed that Pontius, I think, was a bit more active in it, like, especially compared to the first. I think overall he was in it a bit more in this one.
I noticed Danger Aaron isn't in this one a whole heap.
Yeah, no, he isn't. But I don't know. He's not one of my favorites, so I was okay with that though. I think.
Yeah, definitely.
As far as what I want with it, I think you saw a lot of the people I wanted to see. Although Wee Man was a little more absent, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but like they basically have to choose to do certain stunts or say no to certain stunts. And if they say no to certain stunts, then they have to put their hands up for other stunts. So like in the second movie, I think Aaron McGee, he said no to a certain stunt. So they made him lie on a bed of nails, which would made it to like the deleted scenes on the DVD or whatever, and they made it to the movie. So like people actually, like the guys actually kind of have to like do bits that they don't want to do if they choose to not do other parts as well, you know what I mean? So it's a very interesting process. Like, first of all, there's always a competition between them to see who can get the best footage. There's always a competition between them to see who's the craziest. And there's always those people in that group, though, like Preston Lacey, Aaron McGee, Wee Man, and Dave England, who just aren't down for that dangerous shit. They want to do the silly stuff, the gross stuff. Like Dave England's the shitter. Preston Lacey's sort of like the fat relief, comic relief dude, you know? And Wee Man's just sort of like brings something different because of his stature and who he is, you know what I mean? But I do believe that they all play their role well and they all are important to the movie in their own way. But again, if Preston Lacey or someone like Danger Aaron or something didn't make it into the fourth movie, it wouldn't have been a deal breaker for me at all. Having Bam not in the new movie is much more of a deal breaker for me than any of those guys, but also not enough to make me not support this movie especially considering the circumstances surrounding Bam getting kicked out of this movie. What are your thoughts on that?
I agree. It's going to be weird not having him there, but at the same time, I think it's for fair reasons. And I think, whilst it'll be weird, I don't think it'll be enough of a hit to make the movie noticeably worse or anything. I think the torch will still be carried, so to speak. Because, I mean, you haven't got him, but you've got these new guys as well, so it's going to be a different dynamic anyway. So I think the void will be nicely covered up.
What's your predictions on if we get another movie?
I don't know. I reckon it'll probably swing on the reception of this one. But I reckon if we do, it'll be more of these new people we're seeing introduced. We won't see much of the others anymore.
Yeah, well, look, I've been made to believe from everything I've seen that this is meant to be the last film because Knoxville's doctors have ordered him to not make any more movies because he's had so many concussions that they're worried he's going to get the same thing as many NFL football players do, huge brain issues. He's got brain injury apparently from this movie already. And yeah, they basically sat Johnny Knoxville down after this movie and told him, this is it, man. We're not doing another one. But then I watched an interview just got put up on YouTube the other day with Johnny Knoxville, and they said, so is this the last movie? Is you not doing another one? And he said, well, we could. So I guess we're left in the air. And you know what? My prediction is we're going to see another movie because these movies, as we've said previously, are fucking super cheap to make for a big company like Paramount Pictures and MTV Films. It's peanuts to them, and they make so much cash off it that there's no way they would say no to another one. And I just believe that if this movie does well, we're going to get a follow-up, especially with the new cast members because they've been picked to come out to do this Jackass movie. I'm sure that if it does well, they're going to want to keep that success kind of rolling in some form. So maybe Knoxville might not be a part of it. Maybe some people might still be a part of it, whoever wants to come back. But I do think that this might be the final sort of Jackass as we know it feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to bring up another favorite clip. We're coming up to the last sort of favorite clips. We've got, I'm counting, we have got 3 more for y'all, a bit more trivia, and yeah, we're going to leave off with that. So this is a very short clip. I'm going to bring this up.
I'm Steve. Oh, fuck. Why do I have to be Steve?
It'll be so quick. Yeah.
All right.
You got it.
I'm Steve-O, and this is T-Ball.
That was direct ding-ding hit.
Oh my God. Oh, it's only getting worse.
You're the best fielder I ever saw, Steve-O. Great job. Oh, right down the middle.
Line drive.
Very, very, very simple, very short, but very, very funny.
Yes.
A little bit more trivia for you guys. This film was released on the 10th anniversary of the Jackass television show. Unlike the previous 2 films, most of Jackass 3D was shot on private property to avoid intrusions from eager members to the public. Now, what is interesting about that is because of COVID, because of who they are now and everyone knows who they are, because of everything that goes into making these movies work the way they do, I heard that they bought an official like acres of land and just filmed majority of this current next movie on their own like Jackass headquarters, basically. So I think they bought a place like a lake, you know, big fields, like mount, like everything you'd want, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
kind of interesting, man, because when they were making the first movie, they apparently could just go everywhere and do everything, and they still weren't famous enough that they could get away with a lot of the stuff they were pulling on the public or doing for the public. But now, I mean, Johnny Knoxville can't walk down the street. You know what I mean? So it makes things tricky. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's Mike Judge created the segment before the film. Obviously, we read that one already. The only film in the Jackass film series where no one is shot with a riot control device.
Yeah.
This first Jackass film to not be filmed in a foreign country. This film features the least of set stunts, as the cast and crew had become very recognizable by 2010. Even Johnny Knoxville's bad grandpa character, Irving Zisman, had become quite noticeable to the public despite the heavy makeup. Johnny Knoxville gained a concussion during the Invisible Man skit. 2 hours later, he did the roller buffalo. Johnny was set to do another stunt with the Bulls, but Jeff Tremaine said, "You're done for the day, Knoxville," which is kind of what they're saying to him now, which is, "You're done for the movies, Knoxville."
Yeah.
So, moving on to our Alan's another one of Alan's favorite clips, and that is Pontius the Barbarian.
I am Pontius the Barbarian, and now the day has come to slay the foul beast, the devil's brethren. Come meet your doom. Oh, you sour beast. You swine of the darkness. I've long awaited this blood orgy.
I love how pissed off this one is. He's so mad.
Oh, God damn it, get me out of here. What happened? Fucking over it.
You got good right here.
I know. It's gonna get a lot.
We got bit and stung, so mission accomplished.
I'm fucking pissed.
What'd you think was gonna happen?
Now that's what I mean by Bam is more of a deal breaker for me than the other cast members that we mentioned before, because of the little moments like that. And we're gonna bring up our you said you like Ram Jam, Pontius the Barbarian.
Yeah.
And the third one was.
Third one is. So it's bringing up my notes.
Duck hunting.
Yes, duck hunting.
Okay. Now, the reason I thought we only had one more clip left is because I forgot to click download. So we're just going to quickly download that one. Give us 1 sec, guys. I'm leaving my favorite clip of the whole movie for the last one. And it's another example of why I'm going to kind of miss Bam in it, you know? So this is Alan's final favorite clip from the movie, duck hunting.
Me and the boys are about to do a little duck hunting. Ho!
I don't know, when we jumped, somehow I got under him, he got top of me, and he landed on me. His head snapped. I'm kidding.
Now it's Parks' turn, and this duck's got a little more meat on him. Boom!
Man, that fucking... How hard they hit that water, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes so high. Look how hard he impacts this water.
It's like falling to pieces.
Fucking hell.
The whole back stings. So yeah. Yeah. 10, 11 right there. And that one. All right. Let's reload it. Get down on there.
Looks like Dunn's up next.
Ready, Steve Sucker?
This is the gobbler for sure.
Oh, good fucking God.
But I gotta give it to Paul Bunyan's 40-foot fucking car. You look like Buck Rogers going through time, you know?
Yeah, I felt like I was in the air for a fortnight.
That is a great clip. I remember that stunt, even though we just watched the movie, but I remember that stunt mainly from the trailers as well, because I remember seeing the trailer so many times, being excited for it and just seeing them. We're about to do a little duck hunt. Yeah, we're going to do a couple more bits of trivia. Show you my top clip of the whole movie, I'd say. My ranked clip of number one. And a prime example of why I'm going to miss Bam. But, yeah, a couple more things of trivia. Aaron McGahey broke his neck after crashing into a pile of snow with a shopping cart to this movie.
I did not know that.
Preston Lacey got 3 concussions within one day during the filming of this movie. And Aaron McGahey also broke his face all the way up to his right eyeball after getting his tooth pulled by the Lamborghini.
Oh.
Which, you know what's crazy? When you watch that happen, it doesn't actually look like much happens except the tooth gets pulled.
Yeah.
So that's pretty intense, hey? I didn't know that. You know, well, you know what I'm not doing? Pulling my teeth out with a fucking Lamborghini anytime.
Yeah.
You know what's lucky? You know what's lucky? The fact that I'm actually... Look, there's no secret. My teeth are fucked, bro. I'm in the middle of surgery for my teeth. But that's from no Lamborghini tooth pulls. That's from fucking smoking too much ice when I was an ice addict. That's another story, and that was many years ago, over 5 years ago now. So that's neither here nor there. But I know what I wouldn't do if I still had a lot of teeth, and that's be pulling it out of the fucking Lamborghini. But you know what? I'd almost prefer to do that than smoke ice again and lose it the way I did in the first place. So ice or Lamborghini tooth pull? Give me the Lamborghini tooth pull, thanks. So yeah, any final thoughts on this movie before we get into the last clip?
It's nothing major. Some of the I couldn't put my finger on it, and I couldn't track it down on the internet. But one of the cameos, it looks like Jeremy Renner, but I can find nothing apart from someone asking the same question. So in the ending credits, there's a dude who gets the blue paint exploded on him. It fucking looks like him, but nothing confirms it that I can find anyway.
Interesting.
And I need to know, I'd like to know if this was Jeremy Renner, because either that or he's got a doppelganger.
One little bit of trivia information that's not written here that I just happen to know is what the title of the movie was originally going to be of the new movie coming out. And I'm very disappointed that they aren't calling it that, which was going to be called We Are Not Done Yet, DUNN. And the skull and crossbones was going to have the beard on it. So I'm kind of disappointed they didn't go with that, because I really liked that. I thought that was kind of cool. So yeah, again, if you're not aware, our ranking, our reviews, fuck, it's hot in my room, man. Hey, summer, fuck off. You know what I mean? So if you missed it earlier, you weren't quite listening. Our rank so far is, I'm going to go with Jackass number 2, Jackass 3D, Jackass number 1. Alan is Jackass 3D, Jackass 2, Jackass one. We're really looking forward to bringing you the review for the new movie this Thursday. I'm excited. I'm very excited. And yeah, we're going to do sort of the wrap-up spiel that we kind of have to do. We have a competition we're running at the moment. So I'm sure you guys saw the video for that just as you watched this. And we also need you to head the fuck over to our Facebook page and like the shit out of that, yeah? Because and follow it, because that's where you're going to keep up to date with when our releases are coming out. We just actually released our release schedule for this week on there, so you can see what's coming during the week, which we have a fucking packed week for y'all. Tomorrow, this is going up, so obviously when you're watching this, Tuesday, this will be up, followed by a new episode of our podcast, Louder Pop Culture Podcast, on Wednesday, followed by our ranked and reviewed episode of Jackass Forever on Thursday, followed by a new episode of Nerdy by Nature by Alanis Maximus on Friday, and then on Saturday, Loud and Alternative Music Podcast is returning. And it was supposed to come back this weekend that just went, but things came up again. And this weekend, if things come up again, don't worry. I'll still be bringing you the episode. It's just going to be me on my very own though, bro. Hoping Cody can make it, but if not, I want to bring the show back. I'm going to just run through some news. It's probably going to be a shorter episode if it's just me. But I will get Cody. We will get Cody back on board as soon as possible when he can. And if he can't for any reason, well, I'm sure we'll be able to find someone else who wants to talk some music. You know, no big deal. But we miss Cody. We can't wait for him to come back. And yeah, anything else you want to say, Alan? Really?
No, very, 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 very fucking excited for this Thursday. It's going to be good. I think I'm more excited for this than Scream.
Yeah?
Yeah, I reckon. And I was pretty excited for Scream, so that's how we do.
You know what we have to do? A ranked and reviewed episode on
our excitement.
Our excitement. You know what? We should just rank and review everything, you know? We should just do an episode on everything, you know? We had dinner 7 times this week, clearly, because we ate